Do you remember Ding Dong Ditching? Well, I actually have a crazy story about that and some funny clips I gotta show you. But before we get to that, what's Ding Dong Ditching? It's when you go up to someone's house and knock and you run until someone comes and they be like, what the beep? I know I'm not going crazy. I know I heard knocking. So, but it will only be school clips because I did it during school. One of them is kind of funny. One of them I have a really crazy backstory, and the others are just me knocking and running. And also some other exclusive footage that I recorded a long time ago that you will never see nowhere else except this video. So let's get started.
If I break this pencil, you guys are gonna have to subscribe. Boom, now you guys have to subscribe.
So yeah, nothing special, just me knocking and running away. Now the reason why I specifically chose that room was because that was my old Spanish teacher. I think I said it in one of my videos.
Because she was my old teacher, so yeah.
Like that was my old Spanish teacher, so I would go running, knocking because I missed her. I didn't want to switch classes. I liked her. She was good. She helped me learn Spanish. She taught me how to say telephone in Spanish, which I forgot now because that was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So yeah, so I was running and I would knock and I would just run away. But there was this one time where I almost got caught. So these portables were aligned. The classroom was here and I went to the class behind. So what I decided to do was every time I would go to the bathroom, even when I didn't need to go, I would just go, knock, and run. Well, there was just one specific time where I was like, all right, I'm gonna record so I can do this. And I would go and I would knock and I would run. I would run out, go through the back, around, knock, and I would go like this. And I would come around like that. That's when I made the biggest mistake. I did not wait. I should have waited, and I did not wait. I went walking normal, and of course I had to turn my head, and of course there was actually a kid outside still waiting. So I immediately turned back and thinking, oh no, that was not a coincidence. There's no way he's gonna think that was me leaving at the exact same time when he was out there, when he heard the knocking. So I'm like, oh, all right, I'm getting caught. So I just continued walking to the bathroom and I decided to wait it off. A couple of minutes passed by, so I'm like, all right, I think it's safe to go back. So when I go back, I go sit down thinking like, oh right, I got caught. I didn't get caught. I'm safe. So I'm over here doing my work and the teacher ends up leaving. I think she already had left when I got back, so there was like another substitute teacher there that would help out. So she was there, but when she left, she had left the door open and I hear footsteps coming up because it's wood. The stairs are wood, so I hear footsteps coming. I'm like, oh, it's probably the teacher. And I see my old Spanish teacher walk in and turn. I'm like, oh no, I'm getting caught. And I would turn and I'd be like, oh no, it's the Spanish teacher. And she would be like, who's knocking on my door and running? And then I just just look down, continue doing my work. I don't know if I was like this and doing my work at the exact same time, but I can't remember. It was 5 years ago. And then Spanish teacher said, who went to the bathroom? And of course the substitute teacher put me under the bus and said it was me. And then I believe she said like, are you the one knocking on my door? But she made like a face like, oh, I remember. I'm like, no, I'm not knocking on your door and running. And then she just walked away like nothing. I think she didn't believe me. But yeah, I was the one knocking on the door. I do have one more clip that I can show you. It's where I knock. I believe it was after school. It was during after school. I would knock, run, and I would record actually someone coming out and just looking around.
So guys, I'm gonna do it again too. That door. they opened the door.
Here's one thing that I want to know. Why would you look the long way? And there's no way you could have seen my phone. Invisible cameraman, I guess. I don't know. Why would you like why would you do that? Just, it's you. Get on, that's recording. I love doing that. We should continue that trend. Here's actually another trend that we actually did. It was glue. Hands. I still have the video of like showing you how to do it.
Name. I'll be saying it in my next video or next 2 videos. I'm only going to have the camera a few times to let the glue dry.
Yeah, and then you just let it dry, and then you could just like it's pretty satisfying how it feels. So that's one more thing that we used to do. We're about to get into one of the funniest things that I could show on this channel that I don't think we could ever, not even think that AI could recreate, was during a prank call. What we had decided to do was prank call a restaurant, and what happened was just super funny.
I don't hear it. Hiring.
Yo no hablo inglés.
Hiring.
No hablo inglés.
¿Qué necesitaba hacer?
Sí, puedo dar una orden.
¿Quiere poner una orden?
Sí.
Ok. ¿Bajo qué nombre?
Michelle Martínez.
Michelle Martínez.
That's my name.
Sí.
¿Qué va a ser la orden?
Van a ser 3 tacos con una pizza y una soda.
Está llamando.
I want 10 tacos. ¿Puedo dar una orden? I don't speak Spanish. Yes, you do.
There's no way you actually heard him say, I don't speak Spanish. There's no way on earth you heard that. And if you did hear that, then you must have heard us do the prank call. There's no way she heard that. That is one of the most craziest things that I've ever seen. There's actually one more case where we did a prank call, but we called a Chick-fil-A, and I don't remember what we said word for word, but we said we're gonna take 20 chicken sandwiches, and we hanged up. And then like 4 minutes later, they called back. So we're like, beep you. So we hanged up, and then they called again, and we're like, beep you. And we hanged up again, and they called back 2 minutes later, and like, beep you. And we hanged up with them again. And they did that like around like 8 times. They just called us back, and then we hanged up. They called us back, and then we hanged up, and they called us back, and then we hanged up. I would have given up on the first round, like, why? This I actually don't have any footage of, but this kid right here, he is mad addicted to those headphones, those big red headphones. So we decided to prank him. It was me and my friend, the one that did the prank call. It was during like the end of the school. You know how like the gym invites moon jumps, and then you'd be like, yeah, like whatever. During that, everyone had put their backpacks to the corner of the gym, and what my friend had decided to do was grab the headphones, because I don't have a backpack, but you know, like the handle on the top, there's like a handle, so they're just there, just wrapped around. So he decided to unwrap them and put them in someone else's backpack, and that's what he did. So this was totally his idea, but of course I wasn't gonna stop him. I kind of wanted to see what was, and I have no idea how he found out, or we told him, or I think we told him that would look suspicious. But like, it was like a movie. They're at one scene, and then it cuts to the next scene, like a video. It just cuts to the next scene like nothing. That's pretty much what happened to us. It cuts to the next scene, And he was panicking, throwing every bag around, it was throwing jackets around. It looked like a fiesta up in there. It was throwing everything and panicking, going trying to find everything. And we're all like, yeah, dude, he's gonna have a heart attack. Let's just go give it to him, because we knew which backpack we put it in, and he was not gonna go zip, 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 to open every single backpack. So we were like, you know what? Let's just go give it to him. So I returned. I was just walking, like, you know, just doing nothing, and then I turned. I grabbed the backpack the one we put the headphones in, and I was just walking like nothing, pretending it was my backpack. Went to like the very corner of the gym, because you know the lights were like dimmed, so like it was gonna be impossible. And I was wearing all black, so of course I was gonna get away with it. So I look, nobody's looking, and at this point there was like 5 people helping him look. So like, yeah, we were gonna get cooked either way. So I look, his helpers were on like the backside, and I came to the corner where nobody was, and I just grabbed the headphones. So that kid was probably looking for his backpack as well. I was like, hey, yo, I left it here. Where is it? Just walk, and I'd be like, yo, I found your headphones. He's like, oh. Next time we look at him, he has them around his neck, which he should have done in the first place. So yeah, more the story. If you want to prank somebody, don't take it too far. And then I turned to my friend for some reason, and bro, he was laughing his butt off. So like, I don't know if he needs help. Well, at the end, I got the final laugh because I finally found him on the IG, and this is how he looks like. I ain't gonna lie, when I'm filming this, I was thinking like, just make fun of him. But with the glasses, because he didn't have glasses back then, but with the glasses, he looks pretty smart. So I get the final laugh. I think a week later, or during that same school year, I was already at the end of the school, but I think during that summer, he ended up going to Scotland. So, you know, that's not the last friend I've seen in my entire life. I don't think we're friends no more. Do I even have any friends? Well, he's living life. I wonder what he's doing. I wonder what he's up to. Also, that kid that we took his headphones from. Also, Thomas. I have a video of Thomas. I wonder what he's up to. I actually reconnected with an old friend. He's you know, he's living the life. He's got 2 jobs, and look at me, just a guy talking to a camera with a messy room, with a messy bed, with a SpongeBob curtain. I'm just calling myself out here. And look at my brother, he's 25, no kids, no wife, no girlfriends, no job, he still lives. Alright guys, I think this is the end of the video. I wanted this video to be like mostly more on the pranks that we did, mostly the ding dong ditch, because that thumbnail that thumbnail is amazing. I need to get a better outro. Remember how I said messy room? Oh, and also a cooked haircut, so we don't talk about that.
Ona w progu czekała, nic się nie odezwała. Pizzę tylko swą wzięła i lekko uśmiechnęła. I wnet olśniło mnie, muszę postarać się. Kolacją ją zaskoczę, do tańca też zaproszę. Bo czasem małe gesty potrafią wiele znaczyć. Powiedzieć słowo kocham i umieć też wybaczyć. Już swego mam gadania, ciągłego narzekania. Ja staram się jak mogę, wszystko jest na mej głowie. Daj mi trochę czułości, opanuj swoje złości. Nie widzisz jak się zmieniasz, miłości nie doceniasz. Nie doceniasz, nie.
Remember, 1,000 likes are appreciated.